When Tyler got to the park. Ooh, it's called the Thinking.
Hi guys, just a real quick one. Most of these videos have been filmed when he's 3 years old and then when he's 4 years old, and then the first video is him that we recorded this evening. What's the date today? Monday 16th of May. Monday the 18th of May. And I should know really. And I need a haircut, and I'm also anyway, whatever. I only found out the other day that I've got my eyes were like properly wandering off, so I've got to wear my glasses. Anyway, back to the video. So I'm just going to explain at the end of the video what we did to teach him how to read. So we were proactive. Obviously, I'm a teacher, and we were proactive. We don't pressure him at all. We really don't. Sometimes he reads, sometimes he doesn't. But we were really consistent with it, even though we didn't read every day. And we really encouraged him into reading, got him books and things that he liked to read. And I like to think at this point, he's doing well with his reading. Wouldn't you agree, Mummy?
I would indeed.
Yeah, so we're really proud of him, obviously. And we put in a fair amount of effort with him, as we do with most things with the children, including cooking them nutritious meals. We had a comment that they just eat rubbish, but we don't tend to show our nightly meals where we cook for them every day, but whatever, that's by the by.
Do you want to see our evening routine?
Is anybody interested in me? I cooked the dinner today, didn't I?
You did, darling.
And I cooked lunch today.
Yes, you did, darling.
But Misha does tend to cook more than me. I'm happy to cook every day, but anyway, I'm waffling. So yeah, there might be some value in this video for people if they want to, if they're at a completely dead end or blank where to start with read. It isn't just a case of just like sitting in front of them and reading, you know. There's a few little bits that you can obviously do. But anyway, enjoy this boring video of us reading. All right, T, we're going to do a little bit of reading, aren't we?
Yeah.
Can you confirm for me now that we haven't read this yet, have we? Just put it up on the screen. We've done no prior prep.
Pizza and lemonade.
So how old are you today?
5.
You forgot how old you were.
5.
I know. How old are you?
3.
You are 3. All right, cool. So we're going to read this, Dee. So can you read it?
Tyler.
Go on then, read.
Tyler asked if his mum if he could ride his bike to the park as long as you wear your helmet when you were riding, she said.
Well done.
When Tyler got to the park, it was filled with people holding garbage bags, and lots of his friends were there, and so were some of his teachers.
Okay, brilliant. This has just popped up. Off you go.
His friend Bella said, everyone is fixing and cleaning the park today. He asked Tyler if she would help. Tyler said sure, and asked for a garbage bag.
All right, cool. So well done. We're going to read the rest of it, but I'm not going to film it anymore. So what we're doing is grade 4, I believe, and I think that's like 9 or 10-year-old, but I'm not sure. So anyway, high five, Thea. That's amazing, Theo. Just so everybody knows, you really enjoy reading, don't you?
Yeah.
You love reading, don't you?
Now can we turn it on?
Yeah, we can turn it on and you can watch it in a second. He wants to finish reading it. All right. Anyway, so well done, man. Good man.
Okay.
So in this clip here, I'm about to show you, Theodore is 3 years old.
At the point ahead, Thomas could see a hat that the line split into tracks. He had an idea. Thomas could see the station at the bottom of the hill, but he was going too fast to stop. Cinders and ashes, she goes. At the points ahead, Thomas could see that the line split into two tracks. He had an idea. Luckily, the way was clean as she turned it off the main line and into a good yard.
Right.
Oh dear, Thomas said as he sick.
Alright, so I think you get the idea. Main takeaways really are there's no getting around sitting and reading stories with your children, but you need to get books that they're going to enjoy reading, that they're actually into. You got the cartoons, you got the toys, everything that Thomas the Tank Engine provides is going to hook your child in. So my top tip, get a Thomas the Tank Engine book set and get reading. So Theodore, we're going to do some reading, aren't we? Yeah.
Yes. Can I read a bit?
Yeah, Theodore's going to read to you.
Can I get a Thomas Tank Engine book?
Yeah, what one do you pick the book, Hazel? And then Theodore's going to read it. Go on.
I know.
All right, which book are we going to pick?
Oh, maybe the blue book.
What one's that?
Oh, it's called Mud.
All right, hold it up.
One day the fashion show decided to bring a new engine here.
All the words.
Engine to hell. The new engine was long and had handle wheel. Murdoch didn't like chatty engines or noisy dogs. He liked quiet runs through the countryside with just the noise of his engine and the transport company. But at the end of the day, Murdoch was looking forward to a good night's rest.
Well read, too.
This time he just into the boot.
So the Thomas the Tank Engine books are aimed at 6-year-olds to 8-year-olds, so a reading age of around 7 years old. Theodore here is 4 years old, and although he's kind of mumbling a little bit and his voice isn't perfectly clear, he is reading it and he does understand, more importantly, what he's reading. He is able to read the books by himself. He enjoys reading, and this is something that we can do and leave him to do in his room by himself, which I'll show you in just a minute, where I've left him alone in his room and then I come back to find him happily and eagerly reading a book.
It was the final minutes of the cup final. They saw the desperate 1-0 to the opposition. A powerful loft pass scored over the midfield, a challenging trajectory that demanded a perfect touch.
Demanded a perfect touch.
Leo took it on the volley, cushioning the ball instantly. Yeah,
Karen. So this piece of text that Theodore's reading now is an AI generated piece of text that I asked AI Gemini, to be precise, to create to challenge an 8 to 9-year-old reader. So you can tell from him reading it that he doesn't smash it and read it perfectly, and that's what you want. You want him to be stumbling over some of the words and asking questions about the words. And you can see that the word trajectory is a pretty tough word. Yeah, and then show me which word.
Thank Engine. This one.
Alright, show it to us. What's his name?
Boko.
Alright, turn it around. Let me see it. Alright, now hold it up to the camera.
That's a river. My baby's a Boko. I'm going too fast.
Alright, bye.
Thomas door. He crashed through some bushes. I came to this.
So we started reading to him like properly every day, I would say, from when he was 1.5, 2, when we really established that proper routine. But we used to read to him every single day. Now we don't read to him every day. We give him a book. We might read a little bit with him at the beginning and then we'll leave him to it. He wants us to read to him. So, Daddy, can you read with me? Then of course I'm going to read to him. And we still do regularly, right? But we're not reading every single day like you do to when they're first starting. We let him do it. Obviously, books that you're going to want to get your child, you look at the levels on the back of the book and then you can assess where your child is. Yeah. The first thing that we did was we bought those cards. We bought some first word cards. These ones, they cost like £8. Yep, they do cost $7.99. And they have things such as mug and log and bib and bus, and then they know the picture. So obviously, don't worry about the phonics or any of that stuff, okay? They just want to identify the fact that the image and the icon, which represents obviously an actual real thing, the picture of the bus, they want to know that the word is bus and that the letters correspond to the picture. Okay, so you're just embedding the fact in their head that this writing means something. We bought lots of different books, but the real one that kind of took his reading from not being able to read pretty much to being able to actually read sentences was the Thomas the Tank Engine book. So we bought the whole set, and there's like 50 books, I think. Oh no, there's more than that. There's like 68 books or something. 68. 64. Anyway, the bumper pack of Thomas the Tank Engine books, right? We started at 1 and we went through them. We kept on showing him all the different trains on the back so he knew that we were reading them in order. And then he started to recognize what was coming next. He told him, we read this one today. Yesterday, we read that one. Tomorrow, we're going to be reading this one. And obviously, 68 books or something is going to take you at least a couple of months. Single day, but let's say we read them 5 days a week, right? So that's 3 months of solid reading that they'll get every day. After a while, they'll really get into the routine of it and they'll absolutely love. Obviously, this is someone who likes trains. It's going to help. You want to get into that routine. You want to trace your finger along and you want to make sure that they are enjoying the reading. So you're obviously going to put some enthusiasm into what you're actually reading. Top tips: buy the Thomas the Tank Engine books from when they're about 2.5. You start reading the Thomas Tank Engine books and you read them every single day.